Hey everyone, welcome back to an episode of Create with Linda. Today is the day that I'm doing the budget meal collab with Jerry from Cooking with Neighbors. We do this once a month, guys. It's a budget meal to show you guys how you can budget and do a cheap meal for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, snack, or whatever. And today what I'm going to do, guys, is basically I would say it's 3 items. It is broccoli and pasta and water and 4 items and garlic, okay, and butter. So that's 5. I guess 5 items. But this, guys, what I'm doing is a concept, and it's so cheap to make. It's broccoli, pasta, and garlic, and it's a delicious. Oh, and grated cheese. You have to have grated cheese. So I guess that is 6. Let's see, broccoli, pasta, water, butter, grated cheese, and garlic. So it's 6 items, okay? 6 items that are very minuscule. 1 is water, which comes out of your sink. 1 is garlic, which I'm sure you always have in your house. Minced garlic powder or fresh. Either one will work. Grated cheese. I mean, I feel like it's definitely a must. Not a preference, it's a must, okay? So if you have grated cheese and pasta and garlic. Oh, I said garlic. Garlic, pasta, water, broccoli. Okay, yeah. Well, now you can, like I said, you can use any kind of vegetable. Like you can use peas. You can make a peas and macaroni with a little tomato sauce instead of the water. There's all kinds of things you can make with vegetables, guys. You can make a vegetable vegetable marinara. Anything with a vegetable like broccoli, you're going to see how delicious this is, and it's so cheap to make. Like a pound of pasta you can get it for 99 cents, $1 maybe, and you could feed 3 people, and if they're little people, 3 or 4 people, and if they eat, if they're heavy hitters, 2 people for a pound, 2.5, 3 people. But it's so delicious, it's so quick, and it's so cheap, and my mother used to make this all the time. We grew up on this, and now I realize why, because it was a cheap, quick meal and delicious. All right, guys? So let's get started. Don't forget, before I get moving, don't forget to go check out Jerry Ellen from Cooking with Neighbors, her video. It's going to be awesome. She made something really great, and go check her out. All right, so let me get started. Let me bring you over here. All right, guys, so I have about a quarter of a box of ziti, okay? I'm going to boil that. Let me do something else first. Let me get the broccoli out. All right, guys, so what I do is, okay, you could use fresh broccoli, you could use frozen. I have this in my refrigerator that I need to use up, so I'm not using all of it. I'm going to use probably about this much of it, because like I said, what I'm making is only like a 1 to 2 serving, because I don't want to go overboard, because not everybody eats this, and I'm not doing that because it's a budget meal, and besides the fact, I don't want to waste it, okay? So I'm going to cut this open, and this is how my mom did it, and this is how I do it. You take the broccoli, okay, as much as you want. Now, these are kind of big, so I think, let me just put you back a little bit so you can see. I think I like the little florets, so I'm going to take like the little ones. Mainly the smaller ones, and throw these in. And if they're too big, just cut them. Like Cooper, what are you doing, Coop? Come on, baby, go, buddy. It's okay. Go. Because I don't want them huge. The broccoli, for the pot, for the thing. So I'm just taking the smaller ones. Not a big deal. But like I said, you can use frozen. You can get frozen vegetables today, guys. Even in the inflation, very cheap. You load your freezer up with frozen vegetables. Broccoli is such a great thing to use, and peas. Like I said, my mom used to make this peas and macaroni. Oh, it was so good. I haven't made that I can tell you, for years. Now, use as much as you want. I'm going to put a couple more, and then that's it. I happen to like the broccoli the best, even if it's even besides the pasta, because I can't have a lot of pasta. So, but my husband likes it.
All
right, so I'm going to put that much broccoli in. All right. So the broccoli is going to come to a boil. I'm going to let this boil until it gets nice and tender. Okay? Tender to the point that you like it. If you like it a little bit hard, you know, a little bit firm to the touch, let it take it out sooner. If you like it, you know, more mushy, take it out sooner. Because what's going to happen is after I was going to say blow dry, after you boil it and you take it out, you're going to also fry it, saute it with garlic and oil in this pan. Because I'm going to drain this, put garlic and oil in here, let it saute a little bit with it carefully because you don't want to burn the garlic. And then what you do is, another thing, you save some of this water. You don't put all, you don't throw away all the water, because this water right here is what's going to flavor your pasta and your broccoli. Because the water is all, you know, is very, the pasta water and the water from the broccoli is going to be a flavor and a little bit of a thickening. So don't throw all of it out. Save, like I would say, a cup or two of this and like a cup or two of that. Okay, just use your own judgment, whatever. But if you can remember to do that, because that's what flavors it. That's what makes it juicy and not dry. And it's really, really good, guys. It's so good, so cheap. So let's just say, you know, I had this in my freezer. I didn't have this big bag of broccoli. Mind you, this bag of broccoli is 2 pounds. I got it at Trader Joe's. I think I got it at Trader Joe's. I might have. I don't remember where I got it. But I'm gonna get a lot of meals out of it, like probably two more meals out of this, okay? But if I got a bag of frozen broccoli at the food store, Walmart, Aldi, whatever your local food store, okay, let's say I got 2 frozen bags because you have 3 or 4 in your family. That would only be about $2, maybe $2.25. Okay, then you have water, which is free in your house. You have a pound of pasta, so that's like 98 cents, maybe $1.25. So you're talking about $4 maybe. Garlic is maybe $1, or if you have it in your refrigerator already, so let's say $5. And then grated cheese, which could be $2 or $3, but you have that usually in your cabinet, or the amount you use would be maybe 50 cents because if you have it already. So you're talking, this meal is under $6. Literally, it's $5 or under. It's so cheap, and so just always try, if you can remember, to keep some frozen veggies in your freezer, because it's a cheap, quick, yummy, delicious meal that can feed a lot of people. Pasta and veggies feed a lot of people on a very, very cheap amount. So remember that, guys. All right, so I'm going to cover this, let it come to a boil. Then I'm going to drain most of the water out. And like I said, I'm going to save it. Please, I hope I remember, because, you know, I'm a little ditzy when it comes to remembering stuff lately. But I'll remember, because this is the recipe that I've done forever, and my mom, you know, grew up with this. So, and then I'll show you guys what I do and all of that. So I'm going to put the cover on and just wait and let it come to a boil. All right, guys. Now I just stabbed this broccoli, and the broccoli feels like it's really almost done to me. So I'm going to take it over to the sink, and I'm going to drain it. But like I said, I'm going to take some of the liquid out first. What I'm going to do is take this measuring thing, move everything aside here. I'm going to take some of the water, fills it up, and then what I'm going to do is use this. I'm going to use the top to drain the rest of the water out. Get all the water out. Alright. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, mixing the pasta up. I poured the pasta in. I'm going to take there's a couple of little florets I left. Okay, so here's the water. This is burning hot. Okay, so I'm going to keep that, you see? That's 2 cups right there. I'm gonna put this back on the flame. Now, you gotta watch that you don't, really, come on. You gotta watch that you don't burn the oil and the garlic. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use, oh, I don't even think I have fresh garlic, you know what? I think I need fresh garlic. I realized that, I just realized that I don't think I have any left. I have a little bit, but I'll use a little bit of the fresh and some of the mince. So the mince, guys, of course, obviously is gonna get, the mince will cook faster. This garlic is just like really on its way out, so it's gonna be perfect. Let me put some olive oil in here. Preferably preferably, oh my God, Linda. The olive oil will go in first, but I didn't drain this, I used a pan, so. I'm just gonna move it around. Put the olive oil in. And the minced garlic, I'm not gonna put in until for a few minutes because I don't want that to burn, and that's gonna burn easily because it's minced. So I can't put that in yet. What I do, guys, I'm gonna fry this. Now that I'm thinking of it, I remember I think my mom did it two ways. She did it like this, and then she did it where she fried it up first, sauteed it up first with garlic and oil. Then she added water and let the broccoli boil until it was, until it's just about done. How you like it, it's how you prefer it. And then she added the water and let it boil. You could do it both ways. That's how I usually do it, and a light bulb just went off in my head and said I felt like I was doing it wrong. And because you know why? This is not how I usually do it. Don't ask me why I did it this way. But you could do it either way. You could do it the water first, or you could do the garlic and oil first. It's whatever you prefer. Okay, so this is how I did it, but I normally do it the other way. But that's the way it is. All right, so I'm going to add this garlic. Now, this is a very strong garlic. It can be. It's supposed to be. But like I said, if you don't like garlic, you can use. If you're not crazy about garlic, if people in your house aren't crazy about fresh garlic or whatever, use a little bit of garlic powder. You can use some other seasonings if you want. Where's that spoon that I had? Hello? I don't know what I do with it. Use as much garlic as you want, but I prefer a lot of garlic in this, and my mom always did. So that's just us. So I'm going to put a little bit more olive oil. And guys, I'm using salt today. Okay, a little bit. Because this meal needs a lot of cheese and salt. It really does. So, pepper. And garlic powder and onion powder. Here's garlic. And make sure that the bottom of the pan is has oil, so it doesn't burn. A little bit of onion, not a whole lot. Okay. Alright. So, I'm gonna mix this up, get just a little bit of saute, keep it moving, because I don't want the garlic to burn. Let's bring you over closer. There we go, guys. Alright. Put a little bit of this in here. Drop more. Alright. I'm going to put a little piece of butter. Okay. Probably about a tablespoon of butter. Alexa, how much longer on the timer?
You have 5 minutes and 10 seconds.
All right, 5 more minutes for the
5-minute timer.
pasta. Guys, it's gonna be so yummy. And it's cheap. Such a cheap meal. I'm telling you, you load your, go to those stores, and I know this sounds weird, but like, those stores if you have in your where you live. Let me come over here and talk to this. Where you live, like Ollie's, if you have an Ollie's, or if you have like a Big Lots or a Job Lot or something like that. Check out those stores, because I go to this store in another county, like 30 minutes away, that I used to live in, whatever, when I grew up there or whatever. Anyway, wherever it is, I go there sometimes, and sometimes I'll go in the pasta aisle, and I'll be shocked because the pasta sometimes is like 49 cents, 39 cents. And I was there a couple of months ago, and my husband and I were looking, and I said, oh my God, this pasta is like 39 cents. I think I grabbed like 6 or 8 of them. That's when you have to buy the pasta. Like, go to those stores and just look, because for some reason they put them really cheap, and it's really a good deal. Pasta is a very, very cheap budget meal, and I know it's hard sometimes. Like me, I have diabetes. Sometimes I'm like, I have to eat it. If we're on a budget, if we don't have, whatever, and you need to eat, pasta's the way to go. And if you have diabetes, okay, you have to be a little bit limited or whatever, but sometimes you just have to do what you have to do. So check that out. Try those stores and see if you can find the pastas that are under $1. This way you load your pantry up with it, and you could always have pasta. Pasta with butter, pasta with grated cheese, pasta with a little chicken broth with grated cheese. There's so much, so many things you can do with pasta. All right, so this is just about sauteed. The garlic is doing well. Butter's doing well. Guys, the smell in here is amazing. All right, now I want the pasta to be done, okay? Now what I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna add the water in a minute. The water that I had from the broccoli, and I'll see if I need any of the pasta water, okay? I'm gonna put that in here in a minute, because what's gonna happen is it's gonna keep the broccoli moist, okay? And it's gonna keep it very juicy, and the broccoli is just about, at the point where I like it. So when I put the water in, I'll keep it on a low simmer and cover it. This way it boils a little bit, but yet it doesn't, overcook the broccoli. The broccoli eventually does become very mushy if you heat it up, so you gotta be careful with that kind of stuff, but it depends if you're gonna eat it one time, you whatever. So I like the broccoli with a little bit of bite, not a big bite, but a little bit of a bite. But that's a preference. Oh my God, guys, I wish you could smell it. It smells so good. The garlic and the broccoli. And if you wanted to add a little bit of spice to this, you could add a little red hot pepper, red crushed hot pepper. That would be delicious. There's all kinds of stuff. Let's take a picture. All right, guys, so I'm going to add the water now. I think it's perfect. All right, so that's good. That's 2 cups of water, and it's covering the broccoli. So I'm going to let it boil a little bit. Okay? So it comes up to a nice boil. Now, I seasoned this. I don't know why this pan is like this. I seasoned this with salt and pepper and garlic powder and all that already. But there's one thing I can tell you about this meal, is that it definitely needs a lot of grated cheese and salt, because it tends to be a little bit bland. So that's why I think you got to put a lot of garlic in it. But you can put red hot pepper flakes, like I said, or if you want more, if you want to don't use so much salt, use your dashes, or your no salt seasonings. But salt is kind of hit or miss with this. I feel, in my own opinion, this particular meal needs a lot of salt. and grated cheese. But it's what your liking is. You might taste it and say, oh, I don't need any salt, or I need a little bit more grated cheese. Use grated cheese instead of salt more than usual, because grated cheese has less salt in it, I think. I don't friggin' even really know, to be honest, but I think it's better than pure salt. So who knows? I don't know. But anyway, use what you have to use for yourself. Alexa, stop. So, yeah. Everything is a preference, and what you can do, what you have to do for yourself. Now, I'm not going to strain this. When this is done, I'm going to take my large spoon and put all the pasta in here. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. Now, I'm going to use my spoon with the holes. Okay, I forget what that's called. But I'm going to leave the pasta water in here in case I need more. Because like I said, the pasta water is what makes this meal juicy. Okay, pasta is done. Just open. I'm going to put a little bit of cheese in now. Okay. All right, guys. Let me lower yours. All right. There's pasta water on this spoon, even though it has holes in it. You know, obviously, the more water that gets in here, the more it's going to dilute the flavor a little bit. So that's why I think you got to add a little bit of more seasonings to get to from the get-go, because it will dilute it a little bit. Even though I did salt I salted the pasta water. Guys, use any kind of pasta. You can use elbows, you can use spaghetti, you can use ziti, ricotta, you know, twisties, anything. Whatever you got in your house. Shells. Use whatever to use up. All right. A few more little stragglies in here. You're not going to get away. You're not going to get away. All right, now the flame's going high here now, so I'm going to shut this flame off. I'm going to shut this off now. Okay? Mix it up. Looks very juicy. Very, very juicy. So, now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some more grated cheese in this, okay? Now I'm not going to add any salt to this dish, okay? Because, you know, people that can be eating it that can't have a lot of salt. So that's me. So I'm going to salt my own dish if I need to or whatever. But yes, this, like I told you, this does use a lot of grated cheese. But that is also a preference, okay? It's a preference. All right, so let me plate it. I'm very excited. Now I have this in a bowl because there's juice in it. You want a lot of that juice. You know what I mean? So I am a broccoli fan. So that's why I kept putting broccoli in, because I like to have a lot of broccoli. That's just me. So. Alright guys, oh my god, look at that. Oh my god, let's bring it to the table. Alright guys, so here it is. Look at that. Oh my god, it looks amazing. I am so excited. This brings back memories. My mother used to make this all the time. It was one of her favorite and best meals. I'm gonna add a little bit of crushed red pepper. Just a little bit, not a lot. Guys, so good. See, like the water at the bottom, there's water at the bottom, that's the juice. If you want it a little bit juicier, you can add a little bit of olive oil, or add a little piece of butter, or add some of the water that's from the pan. That's what I usually do, but this is perfect for me. Perfect. The broccoli is just how I like it. It's tender, but it's not. It's almost like how you get it in the Chinese places, but it's a little bit softer. I would say sometimes not in the Chinese food it's a little firmer, but I like it like this. I like it a little bit of a bite, but soft. That's just me. But guys, this is amazing. This is so good. The red hot pepper does it. Broccoli, pasta. So yummy. And so budget friendly and so cheap. Same as budget friendly. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much, Jerry, for doing these budget meals with me. We have so much fun. And at the same time, we're helping people. Love it. I'm going to continue to do these monthly budget meals. And I'm also going to start doing, I think, budget. Got to focus a little bit more on budget, what's for dinners. So guys, get ready for that. I'm excited about that. Probably next week I'll start that. Focusing more on budget meals and trying to telling you how much it costs probably, and you know, all of that stuff to help everybody. Because I have to help myself with reining in on the food buys, on the food spending, and on the waste and all of that. So I'm going to help you guys too. So excited about all that. So guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the notification button with the bell so you guys can be notified every time I upload a new video. And don't forget to hit the share and the subscribe button. Don't forget to comment down below too, because I love when you guys comment. Love it, love it, love it. And guys, thank you for watching, and thank you to my new subscribers. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you on the next video. I'm gonna go eat my cheap, under $5 budget meal. Under $5 that feed like 3 people. So you're not even talking one person. You're talking, I mean, well, I made a quarter of a pound. That right there can probably feed, I would say 3 small people, or 3 or 2 adults and 1 child maybe. Anyway, I said enough. I'm gonna go eat now. Well, bye guys. See you on the next video.